Hey, welcome back to Sunbird Garage. This episode I'm doing the jams. So this is one of those steps that I was like, is this the right step to take or not? But I talked to a few people and it seemed like it was the right step to do. I figured if I get the jams done on the car, then I could start painting it and start working on maybe getting the doors back on the car. I do have doors. I'll show a little picture over here of the doors. They need a lot of work. They're pretty rust free now. I patched a couple spots in them, but they still need a lot of work. But that's the next big project I want to do, is get the doors on this car and get it started to get buttoned up. So that's kind of what this video is going to be. Is it's going to be me walking through the steps that I did and the painting and the issues I had with the painting and some mistakes that I made. But I'm really pleased with how it came out, so enjoy. Well, either I'm making a huge mistake or I'm moving forward. I'm not sure which yet. But it's all taped off with the Jammy Jams. Paint the cowl up here, the top part of the cowl. Both door jams. It's all sanded. Got this peeled back so I get a little bit of a feather edge maybe, which will all get sanded off when I do the rest of the car. Back, tail, hatch. So, wish me luck. So once the car was all sanded and ready to be painted, I went to grab the paint, and I used a single stage here on the engine compartment because I wasn't real good on wasn't real keen on what my skill set would be. So I went to the paint store and got asked for another can of single stage. Well, I kind of beat that point to death in this video, so I apologize for that. Maybe make it a drinking game. Every time I complain about the paint and the wrong paint, you have to take a drink. I don't know. But that's what's next here. So I got the car ready and then went ahead and sprayed it in base coat. And I only used the highest quality paint. Yeah, this is not the greatest paint in the world, but I figured for engine compartment and jams it would be fine. And this is what I used at the engine compartment. It's just single stage acrylic enamel. That's what I asked for. I brought this with me when I went in to get the can, and they sold me this, which is base coat, clear coat. And to be honest with you, I'm glad I made the mistake, because this base coat, clear coat came out a million times better, as you'll see. So here we go. So yeah, I'm not real happy, but I'm happier now that I know what the hell I did wrong. I got some spots I gotta fix. That kind of puckered up. That kind of puckered up. The rest of it looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. Pretty good. A little bit of a run, but it's behind the gill, so I'm not too worried about that. Hatch looks good. This looks good. All around here did the same thing. It kind of puckered up, so I gotta sand that and reshoot that, I guess. But the biggest mistake I made was I went in and told the guy I wanted single stage enamel. I brought him my can of what I used on the engine compartment, which is, this is not the highest quality paint, but it says acrylic enamel right there, right? Yep. Now he gave me base coat, clear coat. Acrylic base coat designed for blah 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 blah, must be clear coated. So yeah, I'm like, why is it so dull? Oh, because it's a base coat and it needs a clear coat. So I guess I go back to see them tomorrow and get some clear coat. It's got a 24-hour window. Clear minimum 20 minutes, 24 hours maximum. So I'll be clearing this thing tomorrow, I guess.
The next day.
Smells like paint in here now. So yeah, let's take a look overnight. Oh yeah, I gotta fix that. I gotta fix Couple spots here. Looks better than it did last night. I guess I gotta fix that. Let's see. A little run here, but I'm not worried about that because that's covered by the gill. This all looks pretty good. This all looks pretty good. In here, yeah, I don't see any issues there. Ow. This looks all right. Hatch looks pretty good, other than this spot right here, which I will sand and reshoot. And my Sharpie bled through, so I gotta fix that. I'm a dummy. A little bit of a run, not too worried about that. You can't hardly see it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Oh, down here. How's this look? Can't see shit. Yeah, this looks pretty good. This looks really good, actually. Pretty happy with this. I say it looks like it's not painted in there, but it is. Just the light. So yeah, this looks pretty good. Down here. You gotta fix all that. Of course, that's the only part you'll probably be able to see a little bit of through the tail panel, so it's not critical that it's perfect because it's covered. But you know me. Yeah, this is kind of runny, but again, it's covered with the tail panel, so no worries there. Yeah, one little, where'd it go? One little hair there somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh, right there. One little booger. But I won't complain about that. How about around the hinges? Ooh. Ow. I don't see any spots that I missed. All right, another run, but again, covered, so who cares? This looks pretty good. I don't see any issues here. Yeah, it looks pretty damn good. I'm pretty happy with that. No, I wasn't say I thought it was light in there, but it's not. It's just the angle of the light. I need to get probably a little bit more in around these hinges. Did I get the bottom sides of them? Yeah, I probably could use a little bit more, a little bit back here. This side of the cowl, same thing. A little bit of issues there. A little bit of issue here. A little bit of issue there. Not horrible. It's not bad, that's not bad, that's not bad. Window frame looks pretty good. So, yeah. I'll have to paint store to get some clear, I guess, since they sold me base coat, clear coat, even though I asked for single stage. But, live and learn. I'm happier today than I was yesterday about it. But anywho. Hey, formula update. There's the tail panel. Maybe I'll get back to work on that someday. But look what we're doing. Yeah, we're doing some jamming. So I went to my paint store and I brought my single stage can that I used to paint the engine compartment and said, give me another quart of this. And he mixed me up a quart and he gives it to me. And guess what? He gave me base clear. So it's all in base coat. I had a couple issues that I had to come back and tack that the paint was lifting up. So I fixed that. So it's all base and now I gotta clear it. So came out pretty good. And I got a couple runs here and there, but this is under the gill, so who cares? But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how the base coat came out. I wasn't pleased initially because I was like, why isn't this shiny? And then I figured out with help from Bill Lynch that, yeah, hey dummy, you got base clear. So the back is all painted. Lay around. Hatch is all painted, all the jams. Quarters windows are jammed in. So over here's jammed in. Another run, but again, it's under the gill, so who cares? But yeah, over here I kept having lifting issues over here. The paint kept lifting, so I cleaned it, sanded it, painted it, lifted again, cleaned it, sanded it, painted it again. It finally got out of there. There's a couple spots here and there that aren't perfect. Most of them are under in this area here, which it's covered with a fender, so again, who cares? I care actually, but I'm gonna pretend that I don't. But yeah, that's where we're at. So now we are gonna go spray some clear. Wish me luck. I hope I don't have any disasters. So far, so good. I've got my mask on. So far, so good. 2 coats on. It's looking pretty good. Knock on my wooden head. I'll let it flash. And then I'll put one more coat on it. It's a little foggy in here. Yep. Looking good. I can see myself, kind of. Well, this is a decent formula update, I guess. So, yep, painted it. Well, painted the jams and the cowl and clear coated it. And I am very happy with what I did. I used a really, really big, high dollar Harbor Freight gun. Base coat, clear coat, which wasn't my intention, but they sold me a base coat, even though I asked for single stage. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I don't see anything bad. There's my runs that were in the paint, but cleared over it. Gill covers that. Can't really see much over here. There's no light. Not enough light. But yeah, I am pretty happy with this. Now I will hopefully start working on the doors. I'll let this cure for a week or 10, and then I'll get the doors and try to fit them and see how they fit, see what kind of work they need. They need a lot of work, I think. Well, not a lot of work compared to other people's doors, I suppose. But yeah, this looks pretty good. Shiny. I was very happy with how this paint project turned out. I went from worrying that I screwed up the paint to realizing I used base coat to worrying about if I was going to be able to spray the clear to, well, success. I mean, it came out really well. Like I said from the beginning, I've never done this type of work, and surely I'm going to make mistakes, but I want to learn how to do this stuff. I want to be able to say that I did everything in this car when it's all said and done. Yeah, it might not be perfect when we're done, but I'll take pride in the final product. Well, that's assuming it doesn't look horrible, I guess. So I started putting a few parts back on, the door strikers, the rear bumper shocks, the rear bumper brackets, the rear lock cylinder. It's motivating to see these parts start to go back onto the car. Formula update, I guess. It's like 60 degrees out today. So I figured it'd be a good day to scrub all the dirt out of here. Engine compartment's pretty dirty, dusty. So we'll give it a little bath. Well, that's better. Got the hose and some soap. Scrubbed her up. Knocked all the dust off. And I blew it off with the leaf blower. So she's nice and clean again. And now I'm gonna cover it up so it stays clean-ish. So now we're pretty much up to date. I painted this thing back in October of 2021. It's now a couple days before Christmas 2021. This video will air probably in February. So you can kind of see where the car's at. I did a little short video on the status of the car, where it's at. So I really need to come up with another project. I think the next big project I will do will be the doors. I want to get the doors, you know, on the car. So I need to do a lot of work to those doors to get them on here. I did have to fix this hinge hole here a little bit to make this hole was kind of wallered out. So I fixed that, but I think that's the next big project. Or maybe wiring. Maybe I'll work on the wiring next. Still a lot of stuff to do, obviously. Maybe wiring, I don't know. I want to keep myself moving, but hopefully, you know, by February, March, I'll be able to get back out here and do some more work on it. So again, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I appreciate it, all you guys that do watch. Anybody that comments, likes my videos, I appreciate it. Let me know what else I should do. Maybe there's something else I'm not thinking of that I should do. So until next time, thanks for watching.